Welcome to Castin Cajun. I'm your very cold host, Tony Fontenot. Here with my good buddy Winston Michel at Doiron's Landing in Stephensville, Louisiana. Now, a cold front came through last night. Temperature dropped about 10 degrees, and it's going to increasingly get colder as the day goes by. I was worried about the fish having lockjaw, but what you say, Winston?
Oh, I guarantee you we'll catch them.
You heard it, folks. So get ready for an exciting half hour with Castin Cajun.
Fish.
On what?
A jig.
Oh, what's this? Winston tells me to try a spinnerbait, and then he's pulling one up on a jig. Uh-huh. I see how you are this morning.
Well, you gotta try.
Good deal.
Get in here, boy.
Nice. Little chunky one there, Winston.
I started out with, I decided I was gonna throw a jig, trail it with a Mr. Twister pocket craw. I flipped out, there was a lay-down log. I worked one side of the lay-down, I didn't get any bites. I flipped to the other side of the lay-down. As I was dragging my jig, right when it broke off the end of the lay-down, she hit it, set the hook, and the fight was on. Fish.
Get him, Irv. What you got there, shoe pick?
No, I think he's a largemouth.
Another nice bass. Woo. Wow. Wow, nice.
That's a decent fish there.
Beautiful.
Well, I mean,
look how healthy.
He ate it too. I'm getting them kind of on the out. It looks like where it's kind of making the drop.
Where the drop off
where it's
is?
changing. See, that fish is getting full of eggs. Getting ready to spawn whenever it's going to warm up. Very, very healthy fish.
So they're not on the nest yet?
No. They're going to be staging right now. We in the pre-spawn. They're going to be
And just to let the folks know, we are January 3rd.
It's actually staying cold the majority of the time. I mean, you get a couple warm-up days in the 60s, but it's not enough to get the temperature coming up, like the water temperature coming up. So we actually having a winter this year, which is something we don't normally have.
Fish. Got a fish. Fish on. All right, Irv. Get him, Irv. Beautiful, beautiful. Man, these are some gorgeous fish, I'll tell you.
Man, I mean, they are just eating that jig. I know we've done a show with the Mr. Twister pocket craw, and I've said that you could tip it on a jig, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm taking that pocket craw and I'm tipping it on that jig, and I mean, they are eating it.
With this strong north wind we've got today, it ought to blow the water out of the marsh and make more of the bass come out into the canals, right?
It should. The water should fall, and it should push the fish out, yes.
Well, good. That's what I'm planning. Those are the ones I'm planning on catching.
Fish, 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 fish. Oh, ho, ho.
You know, Winston, I think I'm going to take this put this spinnerbait down and go back to same thing you're using.
That jig, I mean, they're liking that jig today, boy.
Welcome to Bass Fishing with Winston Michel. The Winston Michel Show.
Another fish wanting to getting a little belly there. She's gonna get ready, fatten up, and start developing eggs. You know, at this time of the whenever it's going to start warming up, and the fish are going to start getting easier to catch, and they're going to move up on the banks to spawn. It is a lot easier to catch them, but at that time of the year, it's very, very important that some of these fish get released.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the only thing that we have going as far as keeping our fish population up. There are a lot of people that, I'm going to go ahead and put her back, but there are a lot of people, you know, that fish and participate in the sport today. And it's very, very important that we put back, you know, because if not, if we don't put something back, we're not going to have anything for the future. And that leaves our kids out and everybody else, you know.
We're fishing on a day that no one else is fishing. We were the only boat at the landing. We're fishing out of Doiron over here in Stephensville. And a front is on its way through right now. It's probably here. Where would you say?
We're starting to catch the
Front
back
is just
end.
hitting us now. So normally the fish get lockjaw, but the confidence that I have in Irv, AKA Winston Michel, for you people who want his real name, I still feel we're gonna catch some fish.
We're working on it. That's a good one, bro.
Another nice one, Irv. Oh, we got a stick on it.
We don't catch him by the mouth right here. Oh.
Notice how that fish was trying to use that stick to escape, but didn't work.
Nope.
And you caught that one on
That
the
is
suspended
a
rattling rogue, right?
Yep. Spinning, rattling rogue. That is a chunk.
Winston Michel, bass fisherman extraordinaire.
Why?
I think he might
Pretty
be
fish.
even better than the Cajun baby.
About all of that, but
I'll stay here all day till I catch three.
man, that was a chunk there.
Huh?
Man, 5 like that for a tournament. And
Oh, yeah.
the way these hooks are on these baits, it's not like a single hook where you set the hook and it stays inside the mouth. These hooks, so you have actually 9 hooks, and what it does is it'll catch the edges of the mouth and different things like that, and sometimes they'll end up on the
And the
outside.
second hook will hook part of the outside.
Right, and then it tears it and it pulls it to the outside and stuff like that. So it looks like it might be sometimes hooked on the outside when really, I mean, the fish did
How
eat
it
the bait.
started out. That's not how it started out.
Right. Fish.
Fish on. Oh, a nice one on a rattling rogue again. A suspended rattling rogue. Irv, you might make me put one of those baits on. Get him, boy. Nice. Might have to hook him on this thing you made the show on this jig and let him swim off.
It is a little slow today, but whatever we are catching is really pretty fish, which is wintertime fishing. That is the best.
Yep.
We're gonna, some of that, we're gonna let this one go. I might even, got another one. Fish.
Another one?
Yep. Fish, fish,
Yeah.
fish.
Get him, Irv. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got him on the outside.
Yeah. I think I shall put one of those baits on her.
That one looked like it swiped at it and might have actually, the first swipe missed it a little bit there. Not quite as big as the rest, but still a nice fish.
All right, now where are they?
Oh yeah, I might have one in my box. As we get further into the canal, the water starts to clear up, so I decided at that point that the fronts kind of passed through, so I'm going to switch over to a suspending jerkbait. After that, I finally got Tony to catch a fish.
All right. Irv put me on the bait, and I hooked a fish. See if I can get him in the boat. Oh, yes, I did.
It's a nice one.
Thank you, Lord. I'm a happy camper. That's after watching Irv catch 6 fish. Now, I can say I've joined the club. I made the show. Thank you for joining me, little buddy. I'm going to let you go and see if I can catch some of your friends. Now, this is the first time I fished a suspended bait, rattling rogue suspended bait. I'm used to top water where you got the diving lip, you jerk it, it goes under and it floats back up. Now this one, you throw it out there like Irv was saying, it'll sink a certain amount and then it stops and stays suspended there. So you work it and then you got to stop and just let it sit. So far it works.
See how you get a little section of canal, you catch 2 or 3, and then you kind of go where you don't catch.
Then you turn around and go back the way you could have.
You can go back and where you caught them, you catch them again.
Right.
I don't know why it's
Sometimes
like.
Sometimes it's like that. There's a little stretch of water that holds fish.
The marsh is famous for that.
Yeah.
You can have a stretch of grass along the bank, or you can have just a bank. And, I mean, it'll
fish
just...
On. Fish on. What, I got a shoe pick here or something? Or a gorefish? Oh, gorefish. Oh, no. I don't want you. But I don't want to lose my bait. Oh, good, it came off.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Mr. Gorefish. See if I can go out there and catch a bass. Or like Ronnie Estee calls them, a green trout. Gorefish, I don't care to fool with. They tear up your lines. They're really hard to clean. And some of the bigger ones, people commercially fish and sell the meat. The meat's supposed to be really good. I've had it a few times.
It's good. Smoked, it's very good. Well, I was born and raised in Pierreport, and I've lived there all my life. I've never resided anywhere else. I've worked here, I've fished here all my life for the past 40 years. I actually started fishing when I was about 3 or 4 years old with my dad. My aunt had a couple of ponds, and we would go brim fishing, and we would use hot dogs as bait. Later in life, my sister met her husband, and they were bass fishing, and I started going with them. And I was at about 9, 10 years old, and that's when I just fell in love with bass fishing.
Fish on. Okay, what I got here? Oh, nice little bass.
Bass.
Get in this boat. All right. You're right. Another one on that suspended rattling rogue. Beautiful fish, beautiful fish. Nice and healthy. Put her back in the water. Now, Winston, an egret doesn't have to have a license to catch fish, huh?
No.
Okay.
They're exempt.
They're exempt?
Yep.
Now that one, Irv, fish on. Get him, Irv. A playful worm. Drop shot, huh?
Yep, drop shotting. This is a bait that you will see in the 2014 Mr. Twister catalog.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
That's right.
I knew Mr. Twister was coming in here sometime today.
That's right. It's called a pocket shaker, and it is a finesse worm. It's got the pockets in it just like the crawfish and all the other pocket series baits, but it has a lot of tail action, as you can see, and it produced this little fish today on a drop shot.
I think I'll definitely have to put some of those on my wish list.
Yep, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to Lake Chickamauga in April, and it's one of those kind of deep, kind of clear water lakes, and I'm looking forward to fishing this a lot more up there.
I hope it's not too obvious why I stay on the back of the boat. I know Winston always catches a lot more fish than I do when we're bass fishing, so I want to make it look like I have a legitimate excuse. Fish on, fish on. Oh, shucks. Fish on, then you come back and hit it. Woo, yeah, nice. Come on, baby. Either that or another one came back and hit it. Ooh, that was close. Hold still, sweetheart. Nice. All right. I decided to participate. Like, what's his name? The one who kisses the fish all the time?
Oh,
Houston?
Jimmy Houston.
Now that was strange. I threw it out there, worked it under the water a little bit, just letting it surface. Gave it a pull, felt something hit it, came off. Started to reel in, nailed it again. That's what I like. A fish that's aggressive.
And look, if you look, you can see it's a very, very windy day.
Yeah.
And we're going down with the wind. So what I did with my poles, I took my 2 power poles right here, my Blade series, and I put them halfway down. And it slows me down enough that I can be able to fish without the wind blowing me down the bayou too fast to be able to fish. And I can catch all my stuff.
I don't know about you, but I couldn't imagine fishing without power poles these days.
Oh no, it's
spoiled. We're spoiled.
It's a must-have, and I'm gonna tell you, 2 is better than 1.
Yes, sir. Too cold to be chasing it.
Fish.
Got him. Fish on. Want a spinnerbait, huh?
Yep.
You were determined to make one hit the spinnerbait, and you did it. I'll tell you what. Ooh, man, that's some nice bass.
Turn this way. Oh.
Winston Michel is one bass-catching man. He's caught them on the jig. He's caught them on a suspended rattling roll. Caught them on the new worm, that pocket worm.
Pocket shaker.
Pocket shaker. And now he's caught one on a humdinger spinnerbait. Golly, Earth. I guess Ronnie yesterday is not going to be my idol anymore when it comes to bass fishing. It's going to have to be you. And then maybe Cliff Crochet might be second.
Hi, I'm Julie Fontenot, and today I'd like to show you one of my favorite recipes. It's a shrimp and okra gumbo with smoked sausage. And one of the reasons I like this recipe is it has no roux in it, so it's a little low in calorie and it's really tasty. And today I'm going to show you an easy version because I'm using frozen okra and already cut up onions just to speed up your time. It's always better to use fresh, but this is still really, really good. So first I'm going to start off with a tablespoon of olive oil. This is bourgeois smoked sausage. This is from Bourgeois Smokehouse. It's actually my favorite sausage. This makes my gumbo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown this brown this a little bit to give it the flavor of the sausage. And then I'm going to take it out after to put the okra in. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out of here, the sausage out of the pot. So it's browned enough. So we'll just set that aside, and I'm going to turn the fire back on. I had to turn it off for a little while. I'm using frozen okra today, and so because I'm using frozen okra, I always get the baby cut okra. And then to save time, we got our seasoning already chopped up, and this is a Creole seasoning. It has onions, garlic, parsley, celery, and bell pepper in it. So to add that, I use 2 cups. And then I'm going to add 2 cans of tomatoes with chili. It's a spicy tomato chili. Now what you want to do is you want to just stir that all together, and we're smothering this okra. So it's going to take a little while. You just stir and stir and stir until it gets to right now it's a light green color. It's going to be a darker green color when we finish. It'll take a little while. The okra looks cooked. It's starting to stick more, so I have to stir it more. And it took about 15 minutes, and you can tell it's got a darker color to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a tablespoon of cayenne and 4 tablespoons of salt. And I'm going to go back and add back my sausage. And that was a pound of sausage. Okay, so I'm ready to add the water to this gumbo. It's going to be 16 cups of water. I let this boil for about 15 minutes, and then I turn it down to a medium low, and let it cook another 15 minutes. So now it's ready to add the shrimp. But the shrimp doesn't need to cook very long. Now all we're going to do now is we're just going to stir this in, and then we're going to let this come back to a boil. And remember, this is a very spicy dish, so you just have to adjust it, the pepper and the salt to your taste. So I'm just going to let it come to a boil, and then we'll let it cook about 15 minutes, and it'll be done. Okay, so it's that easy. So now it's ready for Tony to try. Would you like it?
Is that a trick question? This is the best one I've ever had. Okay, to recap what we caught the fish on today. Started out using a jig. It's black, blue, and orange with a Mr. Twister pocket craw as a trailer. Worked great, especially for Winston, it did. Then Winston changed to a rattling rogue, suspended rattling rogue. I was lucky enough to catch fish on those too. He taught me the right technique, something new, and I will be buying some of these. And Winston also caught several on the humdinger spinner bait. And Winston, tell them about the new bait coming out from Mr. Twister. You caught several fish on that one also.
It's called a pocket shaker. It's in addition to their pocket series baits. It's geared along the finesse style again, and it's going to be a very good finesse worm or a drop shot worm. And that's why I used it in the drop shot style today, and that's what we caught on.
Well, cold front coming through or not, I wasn't worried. I have Winston Michel taking me bass fishing. I know I'm going to catch bass. Thanks again. Always appreciate and like fishing with you. As always, we want to give a special thanks to our military, both our active troops and our veterans. So until next time, keep on casting. I ran into Boudreaux this morning, man. He looked so sad. I said, Boudreaux, what's the matter? He said, man, my neighbor's Chihuahua done killed my Rottweiler. I said, what? How did your neighbor's Chihuahua kill your Rottweiler? He said, my poor dog choked on the little thing.